Hey, welcome. This is Will's Digital Astrology podcast, and I wanted to open the doors and give you a slight introductory because of the now pending Mercury going from retrograde to direct motion. And so I thought I'd begin. So, timing again is one of my aspects that I love to explore and utilize in astrology. And that's more than other purposes, financial as well. There is actually timing for personal basis and other applications. So, what I wanted to do is to give you kind of a quick overview. I'm an astrologer, Western astrologer. I utilize more than one technique, but more my primary focus is midpoints using cosmology and Uranian astrology. And I've been giving shorts on uploads on how to decode the midpoints. First is to understand the power that you can get from, or a great resource to utilize as a tool in studying astrology. Also, helping yourself and others as well. As a personal astrologer and knowing other ones, it is one of the important tools that I use in there, and I'm sure the other ones have probably, maybe. So utilize it, especially those who are coming up under cosmology in uranium. Now, midpoints is not necessarily limited or only utilized by those two branches um, of astrology. But what we wanted to do was just try to give you explorers, and basically we'll have a building process, so to speak. And astrology is a very key concept, learning cycles and other tools. But I'm more of an open mind. I do like to appreciate different approaches to astrology. There are other ones, many among them, and hopefully we will go through as much as we can possibly get through, not in one session, but of course during the process of this podcast. I'm enjoying the freedom of a podcast of doing this, and it's something that to me is time honored among other astrologers, which has inspired me to do the podcasts as well as to expand on my YouTube channel. And my YouTube channel is Yuckin, YEKNUN. That is actually an anagram of Nunki in the constellation of Sagittarius. And what I wanted to utilize this as something because I am a Sagittarian as well. And basically, I do look for newer horizons, as the Jupiterian philosophy is to expand and explore too. Now, approaching to astrology, I do think of two caveats. Understanding this is understanding the basic elements of a chart. I think it's so vastly, to me, underutilized. It may be so because understanding your elemental balance in your chart can give you key insights of how things flow for you or may not. You may find that you may be attracted to certain other elemental balances of other people that's stronger in the lack of what we or you may have in your chart. So basically, mostly everybody is not balanced with equal because we don't have actually an equal amount of elements that we can do. It would have to be three, three, and three. It wouldn't pan out as much, but we can get to a close balance, meaning each sign has an element. And just let me introduce that real quick. From the sign Aries is fire. The sign Taurus is earth. The sign Gemini is air. The sign Cancer is water. The sign Leo is fire. The sign Virgo is earth. The sign Libra is air. The sign Scorpio is water. The sign Sagittarius is fire. The sign Capricorn is earth. The sign Aquarius is air. And the sign, and last but not least, Pisces is water. So if you take note of all the signs I've just given you prior, you can start to see where your signs and other placements that you have in your chart. Start taking a, if you can, or if you would like to, let me put it that way, uh, approach of inventory. See how many placements that you have in what signs, and then start using each sign as an element. And you can put them in four categories as you have, and you can actually use each planet as one point or one count for that element. So, for example, if you have Mars in Aries and you have Sun in Aries, that's the planet of Mars and the Sun. The Sun and the Mars will be counted as two in the sign of Aries, which is fire. So, this is how you would start this. Now, do not underestimate this. This is important just as well as any part of the chart, but it's not about importance. I would say high priority that somebody would say, oh, I got to have this. But it's a good understanding of foundation. Now, I myself use it as incorporated in looking at a chart and reading, as well as myself and others. And I find that to be very enlightening to see the elements. So if a person is lacking a particular element, say earth, it doesn't first come to mind that it is a very non challenging position a person. It doesn't mean that the person will be homeless, doesn't have money, but it means that in their activities, water or the other things which would be emotional, very intuitive in that sense, but in earth is practical and structure. Now, take that in consideration. Earth has more jurisdiction than just finances. It's structure. It's how we formulate things and how we present things on a presentational level. It's key to understand that. Doesn't mean that if you don't have it, it's embarrassing. There are other options. There's always other options you can look at, but just sticking with the non-Earth placement, I would advise the person to study finance. It doesn't mean that they will be totally oblivious to it, but it would include an understanding and a process that they can relate to. And this in itself is an improvement to do that. So I just wanted to again start on this one. Now midpoints I'm going to go into as well. And I'm going to go and review a lot of the shorts that I have and some videos. They are short. So it's going to be a process that we're going to do, and I'm going to fine tune other things, but currently updating because I'm always constantly studying something is relevance. But the point I love to do is just looking at the transits of the day or the diurnal. Very important key concepts, and I will explain more. I'm not trying to throw a lot of terms at you, but with this in matter, please take in mind um, that we are beginning this journey together, and hopefully, I will be a good assistant for you. So, on that note, I want to say thank you and welcome, and please subscribe and peace.